All right, the 5 tricks to building your comfort and confidence in drawing. Numero uno, automatic drawing. I am going to do some automatic drawing for you. Now, I have a pencil. I have colored pencils. Simply a graphite pencil and a couple colored pencils. I have vinyl charcoal. I have a charcoal pencil. Then I have some ink, which I will of course put down before I put the charcoal down because I don't want to ruin the ink. I have an illustration pen, 2 different shapes of black Sharpie, and then I have colored ink Sharpie. I have all of these different ones because I'm going to show you how I am truly going to just go with it. I am going to try to not think, and I am going to just go with the flow and be as automatic as possible. And I want you to just watch how it transforms from blank to who knows where this is going to go. So I am going to spend 5 minutes automatic drawing. Let's see where this goes. Okay, so I spent about 5 minutes just drawing. And there's that. I think that I know where it is coming from, but I'm going to let that be your decision. I'm not going to tell you. But this is what you call automatic drawing, where I truly just drew what came to me. The shapes, the lines, the marks, the colors that I had in front of me, whichever one drew me at that moment, that's what I picked. Now I'm going to spend the next 2 to 3 minutes filling in shapes. And I am going to use possibly some crayons because I still enjoy crayons as an adult. And I'm also going to use some oil pastels. I'm a huge fan of oil pastels. Okay, I'm going to spend about 2 minutes filling in shapes because I feel like that really brings it to life sometimes. I feel like this one needs it. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to use oil pastels and crayons. Now notice that I don't talk much whenever I create. I work in silence a lot. So I work in odd numbers a lot. The rules of design tend to favor odd numbers. I tend to have a little bit of a complex with odd numbers. If I'm doing something like this, I might fill in 7 shapes with this color or just 1. Or 17. Two minutes goes fast whenever you're filling in color, man. Well, if I were to keep going on this one, which I will after I am done here, I would go through and I would fill in probably a lot more shapes here. But I wanted to spend only 2 minutes here so that you can get the gist of what I mean by filling in shapes of the automatic shapes that I created. And I want you to see how liberating this style of drawing is. It's just so much fun because there are just no rules and you can do what you want. I just love it. Okay, I'm going to stop now. Okay. Okay, I'm stopping. Tell me to stop. Okay, I'm stopping. Okay, okay. So there is my few minutes of automatic drawing for you. I just want you to see what you can do, and the thing about it is it could go any way you want. Okay, so that is the first trick. Automatic drawing. Just draw, don't think. Okay, the next trick. It's something called Exquisite Corpse. Have you ever heard of it? It's a game that the French surrealists created about 100 years ago. It would be typically done with a group. I'm going to do it by myself, but you know what? I can play Scrabble by myself and be perfectly happy. So I'm totally cool with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an example of how you can play this game with yourself or preferably with other people, at least one other person. all that you have to do is one person starts with a drawing tool, and the other person also has a drawing tool so that they are automatically ready. What I might do is I might use my left hand, and I'll use my right hand. I'll use a purple color pencil in my left and a teal color marker in my right. I'm going to give this a shot. Okay, so now I'm two people. All right, so this is called Exquisite Corpse. I know it sounds morbid, but it's not. I mean, it's just one of those names that I'm not quite, I don't quite get it, but you know what? I like not fully understanding some things that are the most enjoyable. So this is called Exquisite Corpse. What you do, you have two people, this person and this person, and you have, each person can have as many drawing tools as they want, or painting tools, however you want to do this, because you can totally turn this into a painting. You could turn this into almost any visual arts game or visual arts approach. So what you do is the first person makes a mark, then they give it to the next person. Then the next person makes a mark, then they give it to the next person. What that person has to do that's next is respond to the last mark. So I'm going to close my eyes and make this first mark so that I have no clue what it's going to look like. Oh, okay. So my left hand will respond to that, and I'm going to do that. Now my right hand will come over here and respond to that. Then this person will respond directly to this. So you see how it has to connect to the last mark. It has to connect to the last form of markings. So my next one could be like this. The next person, I sound like this is a little difficult. I'm channeling my ambidextrous side. Ideally, whenever you are doing this, the other person should not watch what you are doing, because whenever they look at it, you want it to be a complete surprise. So make sure that you do not watch each other as you do this. You can have this be done with as many people as you want. I have done this with classes of 20 kids, and I am telling you, they have so much fun. It is, you can do this at any age. I have done this with multiple age groups, and it is an absolute blast. And you can turn it however you want. Okay, I'm going to do this for about one more minute. Is this Godzilla coming about here? Okay, so that person took a little bit longer, and that's okay, because you just want to get the response out. It doesn't matter how long it takes, so please let each other create freely. And sometimes you just run out of an idea, and so you can just say, your turn, and you just pass it on, and that's okay, because sometimes an idea might be simple. And you can also use words. I'm why I chose to write the word with my left hand, I don't know. I am not left-handed. Okay. That is called exquisite corpse. That is the second trick, where you just respond to the last person's marks. And you just never know what's going to happen, and it's just an absolute blast. So that's exquisite corpse. That's the second trick. Number 3, draw a word. I call this the draw a word game. And what this is this takes 2 people. You have the first person choose to be the word sayer, the word picker and the word sayer, and then you have a drawer. So I'm going to draw in black ink so that you can really see it. So again, I'm going to play 2 people. You have a dictionary. So right now I am the person who is making the list of words. So I close my eyes and I open up the dictionary and I choose a word. I close my eyes and I pick a word and I point it. Percentile. So that is the first word. And I'm going to pick 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 words to show you. Maybe I'll do a couple more. Close my eyes, pick another word. We're going to do this one. If you don't think that it could work, you can close your eyes and pick another one. Drizzle. Because if you are doing this as an art teacher, sometimes you have to be, of course, you have to be choosy with your words because you don't want to do something that is, inappropriate. So that is whenever you can, of course, pick and choose. So I'm going to do this one. Limb. Stretch. And underground. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I have done this with 5-year-olds. I have done this with 7-year-olds, and I have done this with middle schoolers, and I've done this with college age. And I am telling you that every single age loves this. It is so much fun because the concept of drawing a word is different. So what I would do is, I'm going to now be the drawer, and what I would do is, as the teacher, I would not show my students or my kids this list, and so they have to draw what I say within like 5 seconds. I usually give them 5 seconds. So I would say the first word is percentile. So maybe for younger kids I would say 50% or percentile. So I would, just finding out this word, I would draw the percent sign. And I have 5 seconds to do that. Next word, drizzle. So then they would draw whatever comes to your mind when you hear the word drizzle, and you have 5 seconds. The next word, limb. You can make these drawings. We're going to give you 4 fingers. Or I'm also going to draw a tree. Okay, time's up. Stretch. Stretch. Oh my gosh. Stretch. I can't think of something for stretch. Oh, okay. Draw a stretched rubber band. Time's up. Underground. You can turn this if you want, but I'm going to just... I have to say this is the first time that I've been the word sayer and the drawer, and it is much more fun whenever you don't know what the words are going to be. So I have to tell you, this is not something you want to do by yourself. You know, a way that you could do it is you could give a list to someone near you or someone around you, and you could say, please make me a list of 50 words. Normally, I have to say 50 words make a very wonderful full drawing. And I emphasize to my kids that you can, my students, that you can overlap them, you can use different colors, and I really recommend using 50 words for this. I just wanted to show you as an example the five words here. So that is the third trick. Draw a word game. So, the fourth trick I call order versus chance. So what this is I make a list, and I use this all the time. I have probably hundreds of these lists. What I do is I have a deck of cards, and this is the chance part. This is the order part. And this is the art part. These are the two things that make the art part. What I do is I shuffle up the cards. I'll set them right here for you to see. I make a list. I list all of the cards. And I assign tasks to each card. So for this list, for example, if I draw an ace, I have to write a word. If I draw a 2, I have to make a circle. If I draw a 3, I have to paint a line, and so on and so forth. If I draw a joker, I have to turn my canvas or turn my paper. If I draw a king, I have to make a crayon mark. So I have all these different lists for these, and this is how I make work all the time. I think it is so much fun, and it's enjoyable, and it creates the most unique work that I personally have ever made. I truly love this way of making. So I'm going to show you this. This is the fourth trick. This is what I call order versus chance. I think this is a great way to decide certain things that you enjoy drawing or making or want to work on, and leaving it up to chance. And you cannot not do what it tells you to do. So if you pick an ace and you don't want to write a word, you still have to write the word. You have to follow the chance. You have to follow the cards. So I'm going to do a few here. I drew a 2, and you can use any drawing tools, of course, and I do this with painting and drawing. Okay, so I drew a 2. I'm going to put these next to here. So I drew a 2, so I have to make a circle. And then I put that down. Next card. Make a shape. Okay. First shape that came to my mind was a triangle. A shape, remember, is a two-dimensional closed shape. 3, paint a line. So here I will draw a line. I'm going to use oil pastel. I'm going to make a line right there. I'm not going to do the whole deck of cards here. I'm just giving you the gist of it. I pulled a joker, so I have to turn my canvas, turn my paper. All right? So see how I am doing what it tells me to do. I have to turn my canvas again. Okay. 6, I have to write a number. Queen. Close my eyes and make a mark. Queen, queen, close your eyes. So I have to close my eyes to pick the, I have no idea what color this is. I'm closing my eyes and I'm making a mark. Okay. I love closing my eyes and drawing. Oh, I love it. Joker again. Okay. Jack. I have to make a dot. I'm going to do this for probably 2 more minutes before I show you the next trick. I just want to, I'm hoping to get through everyone. Okay, 5 warm color marks. I have to pick a warm color. Warm colors are, think of fire, think of the sun, red, orange, yellow, any tint, tone, and shade of those. And so I'm going to pick yellow crayon, yellow color mark. Warm color mark. 9, paint a book, draw a book. If you know what that stands for, kudos to you. Jack. Make a dot again. 7, make a shape. So you see, I literally don't know what the next mark will be because I do not know the order of these cards, and I just go with what it tells me to do, and by the end of it I have a piece of art that I never would have had I known what my next step was going to be. Now, I would keep going and I would keep going and I would keep going until I have done this entire deck. And I will finish this because I never cannot finish these. But once I get through the deck of cards, it is done. Now I'm going to show you the last trick. Trick number 5. Making a puzzle. So you have your drawing, and you rip it. And you just rip it. And you rip it. Or you can also cut it, but there's something very satisfying about ripping it. So what you do is you rip it up or you cut it up, and then you put it back together however you want it. That is the 5th trick. The puzzle is what I call it. Probably don't want to keep those. And you can rip it up or cut it up into as many small pieces as you want. And then you can fill in each piece differently. You can glue these together if you'd like. But basically you are just turning an old drawing or a new drawing into a bunch of new drawings. It's like a puzzle. And you can bring it together in a whole new way. So this is the 5th trick, to just loosen up, make a drawing